Hello, Bells and Gents. Welcome back to NCC Sports Live. I'm Jeff Eberly. With spring football practice in full swing, head coach Doug Marrone and the Orange are putting the finishing touches on their preparation for Saturday's scrimmage at the Carrier Dome. NCC's Mike Lederer joined us live from the SU Hill with an update from today's practice. Mike, the Orange offense has looked a little shaky this spring. What are Coach Marrone and the offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett emphasizing in practice this week?
Well, Jeff, it's all about the big play on offense. A team that averaged just 5.2 yards per play, including just 6.5 yards per pass attempt in 2010, will look to improve upon those numbers heading into the 2011 season. Now, senior quarterback Ryan Nassib will look to improve on his junior season, in which he threw for over 2,300 yards and 19 touchdowns. But he'll have to do it without star running back DeLon Carter. Carter, who accumulated over 3,000 rushing yards during his illustrious career at Syracuse, leaves a major void on offense, one that will look to be filled by the combination of senior tailback Antoine Bailey and Prince Tyson Gully. Now, in addition to the loss of Carter after practice today, head coach Doug Marrone announced that senior tight end Cody Catalina will not be returning to the team. Catalina suffered a devastating knee injury back in 2009, and after spending last year rehabbing his knee, extensive nerve damage will keep him off the field for good. Now, the loss of Catalina, combined with the news that sophomore tight end Beckett Wales left the team due to personal reasons this spring, creates a void in the middle of the field for the Orange passing attack. Regardless, the rest of Syracuse will look to build upon the success they had in the Pinstripe Bowl last season.
We only had about 3 plays, once we included the bowl game, 3 plays over 50 yards. So for our guys, it's about catching the ball and making a play. We just want to get the ball in their hands. That's the quarterback's job. And once they get it, we want them to take the distance. And I think right now, where we're at with the deep ball, with catching the ball and making plays, that's the things that we're stressing. So I'd love to see a lot of that coming up this weekend.
Offensively, we're always looking for the deep ball, because that's like where the big plays are, and where basically you make plays and score touchdowns. So we're looking for that even early in the spring.
Now, Shu and the rest of the offense will look to stretch the field this Saturday in their first scrimmage at the Dome. Jeff?
Now, Mike, we know Scott Schaefer's defense is really taken into the offense. So what does Nathaniel's offense have to do to really reestablish themselves?
Well, you know, I think it's key to get wide receiver Marcus Sales involved early and often in the offense this season. Sales, who had 3 touchdowns in the Pinstripe Bowl, can really cap off his career on a high note with a strong senior campaign. Additionally, if I were the Orange offense, I would look to be attacking the interior of that defensive line for Syracuse. After losing 3 senior defensive tackles from last season, the Orange are still looking for somebody to step up to fill that void along the interior of the defensive line.
Mike, now the loss of DeLon Carter is really going to hurt this team, but what other changes should SU fans be expecting in 2011? Well,
you know, even though they're returning 4 of 5 starters on the offensive line, the loss of center Ryan Bartholomew will certainly be felt. Bartholomew, projected as a 7th-round pick in the upcoming NFL draft, will be missed not only on the field, but for his leadership off the field as well. Additionally, after losing 7 defensive starters from last year's squad, there's a lot of questions with youth and inexperience along the defense. And, Jeff, one other note for you, sophomore linebacker Bryce Hawks, dismissed from the team by head coach Doug Marrone. Hawks came into the year projected as the starter at weak side linebacker. Into the spring, not going to be there, so that's another question mark for the Orange.
September 3rd, Mike, the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest awaiting the Orange. What does SU have to do to really build on last season's success and return to a bowl game?
Well, Jeff, quite frankly, they're going to need other players to step up. Wide receiver turned linebacker Dyshawn Davis has been wowing people this spring as he's converted to the defensive side of the ball. And additionally, defensive end Chandler Jones has been getting a lot of praise as a potential Big East Defensive Player of the Year. But with a tough out-of-conference schedule, including games at USC, as well as that matchup against the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest, the Orange are going to need to build upon the success they had last year if they want to go to their 2nd straight bowl game for the first time since Donovan McNabb manned the quarterback position on campus.
Thanks so much for your insight, Mike. Coming up on NCC Sports Live, we'll have an exclusive interview with basketball assistant coach Mike Hopkins. Come on back.